The paper contained a letter from Nneoma saying that she has gone back to her father's house since Emeka does not know her value and treats her like a maid, and also accuse her mother of being the cause of their problem. Emeka and Agozie was very shocked and surprised. Emeka was very confused. He did not know what to do. He shouted at Agozie, "What has come over Nneoma? She is mad. How can a mother leave her 4-month baby and run away? God, I don't know that I have been living with a devil. Nneoma is heartless." Agozie tried to console Emeka. "My in-law, please, I'm very sorry. I don't know why Nneoma is behaving like this. I don't know what my mother have told her that makes her to behave like this. Please, my in-law, calm down. We are going to settle this matter." Nneoma arrived at the village with her luggage. Her father, Chima, was surprised to see her. He asked, "Nneoma, hope all is fine. This one you are visiting with big bag, unannounced, and without your baby." Isioma asked, "What is the problem, Nneoma?" Nneoma replied, "Please, let's go inside first before all this question." When they got inside, Nneoma told them that because she took Emeka's money, Emeka beat her and threw her bags out of the house. Isioma supported her daughter, but Chima, Nneoma's father, was not satisfied with what Nneoma said, so he called Agozie. Agozie told him that all Nneoma is saying is a lie, and explained to him what happened and how Nneoma and his wife Isioma has been maltreating Emeka in his house. Chima was shocked and decided to come to the city and see Emeka. Throughout that day, Emeka was not himself. He was confused and devastated. He could not fathom how a mother will leave her 4-month-old baby and run away. He thought about how him and Nneoma has been living in peace before his mother-in-law came to plant the seed of discord. The next day, Chima, Nneoma's father, arrived at the city to see Emeka. He apologized for Nneoma's behavior. He said, "My in-law, please, I'm really sorry for my daughter's behavior. When we asked her why she came to the village, she told us that you beat her and sent her packing." Emeka said, "I did not beat her, though I was angry, but I did not lay a finger on her." Chima said, "When she told us the story, I did not believe her, so I called Agozie and he explained everything to me and how my wife treated you when she came for Omugo. Please, I'm really sorry, my in-law. Please calm down. We are going to settle this matter. When I get to the village, I will make sure that Nneoma return back to your house." Emeka thanked him for coming. When Chima got to the village, he cautioned Nneoma and asked her to go back to her husband's house. Nneoma replied, "Papa, I'm not going back to Emeka's house. Emeka disrespected me and want to turn me into his maid. He even called Mama a witch. That Mama bewitched me into stealing his money from him and giving to her. I cannot go back to his house. Chima shouted, "Shut up, Unoma. Why will you take your husband money without informing him? That is stealing. I need you to call him on the phone and apologize to him." Isioma, who was sitting down there, shouted, "See, that will not happen. Not when I'm alive. Apologize. To who? To someone that called me a witch? That will not happen. If Emeka wants her to come back to his house, let him come down here and take her back." Chima said, "So you are supporting your daughter to steal from her husband, Abi? No problem. As for you, Unoma, if you know what is good for you, you better call your husband and apologize to him," he said and left. Since Unoma left her husband and her 4-month-old baby, Agozie and his wife has been taking care of the baby. One night, Chima called his daughter, Noma, and said, "My daughter, I called you not to talk about who is right or wrong, but I called you here to give you a fatherly advice. Noma, I love you just the way I love your brother and your sister. You are my daughter. I will not advise you wrongly. Staying in this village will not do you any good. Think about your 4-month-old baby. If not for anyone, please go back to your husband's house because of your baby. If anyone told you that your mother abandoned you when you were 4 months, will you be happy? Don't you have conscience anymore? Please, my daughter, I want you to go back to your husband's house and beg him and amend your issues with him. Please, I beg you, Noma." Noma said, "Papa, I have heard all that you have said. But if Emeka knows my importance in his life, if not for anything, for the sake of our little baby, he would have driven down here and take me back home. As Mama likely said, I am going nowhere until Emeka drive down here, apologize to me, and take me back with him. Until then, I will stay here in this village. I will also tell Mama about all you have said to get her opinion about it." Chima said, "Let me tell you something. Your mother don't have your best interests at heart. But no problem. You can go ahead and seek for her advice." Few weeks later, Adaku, Nnoma's elder sister, went to see Emeka, accompanied by Agozie. She wants to know the whole story before going to the village to confront her mother and sister. When they got there, Emeka explained everything to Adaku, from how they have been living in peace until when Isioma, her mother, came for Omugo. He said, "Since I got married to your sister, we have been living in peace and harmony. Nnoma was a very good wife until your mother, the farmer, came to plant the seed of discord in my home and destroy the peace we both enjoyed. Adaku apologized to Emeka and assured him that she and Agozie will both go to the village and bring Nneoma back. But Emeka told them not to force Nneoma to come back to his house. They should allow her to come back on her own. They agreed. At the village, Nneoma will do the cooking. She will cook soup using firewood and even pan fufu, and she will sweep the whole compound. The next day, Adaku and Agozie arrived at the village. Chima was very happy to see them and welcomed them. Nneoma was cooking at the backyard when she heard the noise and went to see who it was. When she saw them, she welcomed them. Then Adaku said, "Ah, Nneoma, take a good look at yourself. See how you have reduced yourself to nothing." Chima, Nneoma's father, said, "My daughter, how do you want her to look? Nneoma is now a village woman, oh." Then he said, "Nneoma, go and get their luggage from the boot." Nneoma looked at her father angrily and walked away. That evening, they all sat down to discuss. Adaku said to her mother, "Mama, it is your fault that Nneoma returned to the village. You are living happily with Papa. Why can't you allow us to enjoy our marriage? This was the same thing you did when you came to my house for Omugo, asking me to maltreat my husband as the only way to keep him submissive to me. Mama, let me ask you, what do you want to achieve if we all leave our husband's house and come and stay here with you in the village?" Chima said, "My children, I am tired though. I have tried all I can to make your sister, go back to her husband's house, but she have refused. Your mother has a strong hold on her." Agozie said, "Nneoma, go inside. Go and pack your things. We are going back to the city." Isioma shouted, "See, Mbanu, that will never happen. Not when I am still alive. If her husband knows her value, let him come and take her back by himself," she said, and left them with Nneoma. That night, Adaku called Nneoma privately to talk to her. She said, "Nneoma, I know Mama loves us and wants the best for us, but we are now mothers too and have our homes. We should evaluate every advice before abiding to them. Every woman have a special duty, and that is to take care of her home. Your husband and children are your special duties. Please, my sister, go back to your husband and perform your duty as a wife and mother," she said, and left. The next day, Adaku and Agozie went back to the city. While Nneoma refused to go back to her husband's house, she remained adamant to the advice of her father and siblings. But unknowingly to her, she has signed up for what she did not prepare for. The days that followed was difficult for her. Nneoma will clean the house, wash the plates, and even go to the farm. One day, Nneoma was sitting down in front of the house, pressing her phone, when her mother came and shouted at her to go and wash the plates. Nneoma replied, "But Mama, I just came back from fetching water. Let me rest a little." Isioma shouted, "Rest? Is that how you rest in your husband's house? My friend, go and wash the plates." Nneoma was shocked at her mother's behavior. The next day, Nneoma was still sleeping when her mother came to wake her up that they should go to the farm. When Nneoma tried to complain, her mother shouted at her. Nneoma became a laughingstock in the village as the news has gotten to the ears of the villagers. One day, she went to the village tap to fetch water when some guests was discussing about a wedding they want to attend. When Nneoma tried to contribute to the discussion, they gave her the insult of her life, telling her that the wedding is for single ladies, not for runaway wife. Nneoma felt ashamed. She went back home looking sad. Isioma, Nneoma's mother, was not anything different. When she noticed that the money Nneoma brought from the city was exhausted, she started maltreating her. She will make sure that Nneoma do all the house chores, and if she tried to complain, Isioma will shout at her and even insult her that she is lazy. That is why she left her husband's house, because of house chores. And even if Nneoma tried to ask her for money, she will tell her to go and look for work, that she don't pluck money on the tree. When Chima, her husband, will try to talk to her, she will tell him that until Emeka comes to apologize, Nneoma will not go back to the city. Chima was surprised that Isioma was not bothered, but could not do anything, as Nneoma did not listen to his advice. The next day, Nneoma went to the church to attend a meeting. When she got there, she wanted to join the first group of people, but they stopped her that the meeting is for youth. Then they directed her to another set of people that are mothers. When she wanted to join them, a woman from the group stopped her. She said, "Please, you cannot join us. This group is meant for mothers." Nneoma replied, "I'm also a mother." The woman said, "Yes, I know, but you are not qualified to join us because this association are for women who respect God and their husband and are still living in their husband's house." Nneoma stand there as tears rolled down her eyes. She left angrily. When she got home, she wept bitterly. She regretted her actions. She remembered how her home was peaceful until her mother came. She went to her father, knelt down, and apologized to him for not listening to his advice. And she told him that she regretted her action and has missed her husband and baby, that she would like to go back to them. Chima felt pity for his daughter. He consoled her and told her she can leave for the city first thing tomorrow morning. Early the next day, Nneoma packed her bags and left for the city. When she arrived, she went to Agozie's house and apologized to him. Then Agozie and his wife accompanied her to go see Emeka. When they got there, Nneoma knelt down, crying. Emeka asked angrily, "What are you doing here?" Agozie pleaded with Emeka to forgive Nneoma, that she has learned her lesson. He said, "Please, my in-law, please forgive her. Allow peace to lead. She has been crying since she came non-stop. I believe she has learned her lesson. Please, my in-law, forgive her." Emeka thought for a while. Then he lifted her up and said, "My love, I have forgiven you. I have been waiting patiently for you to come back." They both hugged each other. From that day, Nneoma and Emeka lived in peace and harmony. Back in the village, when Isioma noticed that Nneoma has gone back to her husband's house, she asked Chima, who gave Nneoma the permission to go back to the city. So, Nneoma went back to the city without my permission. Abi, that her husband, if he really loves her, he would have come here and take her back by himself. But no problem. For your information, I am going to the city to bring her back here. Before Emeka can take her back to his house, he must provide the marriage list for the second missionary journey. He must provide all that is in the list for the second time. Chima said to Isioma, "If you leave this house and go to the city, you will cease to be my wife." Isioma laughed. She said, what did you just say? Cease to be your wife? Who told you that I enjoy being your wife? You are too poor and your poverty stinks. Anyway, I don't have your time. I am going to the city. She took her bag and left. In less than an hour, Chima received a call that Isioma was involved in an accident and have been rushed to the hospital. Chima was shocked and confused. He put a call through to his children to inform them. In few hours, they all landed in the hospital. They immediately transferred their mother to a better hospital to receive good treatment. After 2 weeks, Isioma was feeling better and was discharged. When she got home, Isioma was filled with shame and regret. She knows that she has not treated her children, husband, and in-laws with love. So she apologized to them. She said, "My husband, my children, and my daughter and son-in-law, I'm really sorry for the way I treated you all in the past. When I was in the hospital, I saw how you all treated me with love and care. I would have died if not for your love and support. Please, I'm sorry for not treating you all with love in the past. They all forgive her and they lived happily as one big family. So today, I will be bringing the lesson of the story from the Bible, Ephesians 5:22, that says that wives should submit themselves to their own husband. And it also talks about husband should love their wife as Christ loved the church. For a marriage to be successful, the both party have to play their part 100%. The wife is to submit to her husband 100%, and the husband is to love his wife 100%. And I also want you to know that in marriage, the man is to leave his father and mother and cleave to the wife, and the wife is also to leave her father and mother and cleave to the husband. The two shall become one. No one should bring a third party into their marriage if they want to have a successful marriage. I'm not saying you should not take advice, but before you implement every advice into your marriage, you should evaluate it before abiding to it. And any advice that is against the word of God should not be implemented in your marriage if you want to have a successful marriage. Hi, beautiful people of African Folktales with Ify Best. Hope you enjoyed the story and hope you find value from this story. Please let me know in the comment section where you are watching from and what you learned from this story. Please subscribe if you have not done so, and like and share this video to your loved ones. God bless you. Until I bring another story your way, it is a bye from here.